Macca's guides.
Hey guys, Macca here with the continuation of our Doom Eternal 100% walkthrough. This is mission 11. There are 3 mission challenges. One is to use the blood punch to get at least a double kill 5 different times. You definitely want to work on that pretty much right away and try to get this one over with as soon as possible. The other 2 are for performing very specific glory kills on very specific enemies. The Tyrant, which is the big enemy at the end of the level with the horns, and the Archvile, which is what the enemy that acts like a buff totem. I've just kind of been calling him the buff totem guy. You'll have to do 2 very specific glory kills on both of those enemies, and there are only 1 of each of them. So you'll have to pay attention to that, and I'll tell you in commentary when you want to do that. As for the level itself, it's definitely a shorter one. You can tell by the length of the video. But there are still a fair bit of collectibles, and it is on the harder end in terms of the fights and battles. After taking out all of the enemies at the beginning, jump off the bridge onto the left, and you should notice a small platform that will bounce you up into the left, possibly into some fire. Here there will be an extra life 1-up that we can grab, and from this platform we want to jump across further away from the bridge we came from, and on this second platform we can find a mastery token to master one of our weapons. Very useful. And from here we can actually jump kind of towards the bridge again, but up and towards a secret. Grab the secret, which is an album, and next to the secret we can also find our first secret encounter, which is the gore nest. This one isn't too bad. I just used the ballista and made sure to use that secondary fire in order to get those big, sharp, explodey bullets, and after 2 hits each, they should either be completely dead or in a glory kill final state mode, and you should have plenty of time left over. If not, either reload the checkpoint or try again. After you kill these enemies and miss a ton of rockets, you can now double jump, double dash your way back to the bridge that we came from, pick up any ammo and health you might want, and while facing up the ramp, we're now going to go to the right hand side, which is in the direction of the actual objective. Once you get to the top here, what you want to do is double jump across to the next platform. Once you land on this next platform, 3 cacodemons will spawn. I'd highly recommend you take care of them. You can try to skip them, but they are a big pain, and honestly it's just easier to take care of them. And if you do glory kills on them, it'll actually get your blood punch ready for the next area. Since we need to do lots of blood punches anyways for the mission challenge, this isn't actually a bad strategy in order to get a couple. Once ready, you'll have to double jump and triple dash across the gap and into this room. In this room you can find ammo for the crucible in the bottom middle, and you'll want to take out all of the enemies. With the enemies taken care of and ammo not being a big problem, we can now leave the room. At the end of the hall, turn to the right instead of the left to find a Sentinel crystal. Use this crystal and you will unlock your final little ability point as well as your final perk. So you should have everything filled out 100% now. We are pretty much done with Sentinel crystals. I did not get an achievement or anything, so I don't believe there's anything tied to it specifically, other than that you are now stronger. This next area is a large fight, which I actually found quite difficult. You may want to use a little bit of your Unmaker ammo if you are struggling. Try to go for those double kill blood punches. There will be a Doom Hunter and a couple of other enemies, but just take them all out, and when we're ready to leave, I'll rejoin you with commentary. With the enemies taken care of, we are now ready to leave, and before we leave, you might want to grab ammo and armor as I usually suggest. I usually don't take much time in the video to do that because I want the video to be nice and short and optimized for you. But if you take that extra time to grab everything in the area, work on generating your blood punch and stuff, it can be very helpful in the later sections. So personally, I would recommend taking that extra 30 seconds to do a quick run around the room. Once you're ready to leave, run towards our mission objective, and very obviously and directly in front of you, you should find a Codex page entry, so make sure you pick it up. Then turn left and down the hall and look out for the breakable wall to the right-hand side. Inside of this area, you'll find a secret toy collectible, as well as your secret encounter. This is the second one with the gore nest. This one isn't too bad. I just decided to make it super easy and use the unmaker, and I was able to finish this one off in literally seconds. Funny enough, I didn't want to waste too much ammo, so I ended up getting hit by the Cyber Mancubus a couple too many times. I actually ended up losing my own life here by rocketing the enemy and taking splash damage. So that's kind of funny, but that one's not too bad. And once you're ready, turn around and get ready to jump off the ledge, but instead jump onto the side, and then you'll have to dash into a breakable wall underneath the ledge we entered the area from. Here we can find a cheat code, and you'll want to make sure you grab that before dropping down. If you miss, pause the game before you reach the bottom as to not activate the checkpoint, and try that jump again. Once inside this room, a big battle will start. It happens in probably 3 phases. In the second phase, the Archvile or the Archvile will spawn. That's the buff totem enemy I mentioned earlier, and we have to perform a specific glory kill on them. So what I'm going to do is basically freeze them in place and then use the unmaker to pepper them. And I'm going to very slowly pepper them until they are in the glory kill state. You can try using things like rockets and your assault rifle or even a regular combat shotgun. I found that getting them into the glory kill state was very difficult in this strategy, and it often took me so long and I took so much damage that it wasn't worth it. So that's why I'm recommending, as I'm doing on screen, you use the ice bomb and then slowly pepper the enemy, and once ready, glory kill them by going to their left side, and this will complete your mission challenge. If you fail for whatever reason, just reload your last checkpoint and try again. Additionally, the longer this buff totem enemy is alive, the harder the fight is. And for the last phase, we'll get a Marauder. This is not my best work. I've definitely done better on Marauders in the past, but I was really struggling on health and ammo here. And since some of the smaller enemies weren't really spawning, I wasn't really able to build up much armor or health. But once you're done, we're ready to leave. With the Marauder taken care of, feel free to do a quick loop around the room and finish off any last stragglers. We can now exit the room by going to the top middle and seeing a platform in one of the corners that we can double jump and dash to. You'll want to do that as you leave. And then in this next hallway, as you're going through it, there will be a very obvious Codex page entry in front of you. And then halfway through this hall on the left side, there's a breakable wall. Break through it to find the secret, which is another album. So we'll have to grab these 2 collectibles in this hallway before moving on. Next up, what we want to do is come to this balcony, and there's a collectible directly beneath us. Jump off the ledge, use your second jump to slow yourself down, and then double dash onto this platform. Someone in the comments of the last video also recommended using the slow-mo rune, which might be able to help you here in terms of getting into the small space without falling off the map. Then what we can do is go to the ledge, climbable wall, and jump back to where we came from. You'll want to watch out for the fire. I know the fire doesn't really seem like a big deal, but it actually does like a pretty significant amount of damage. So just watch out for it, but just continue to work your way up. And once you reach the top, do not walk forward just yet. I actually missed my jump a little bit here and ended up taking a little bit of fire damage because of it, but not a huge deal. Once you make your way to the top, don't interact with the automap yet. Instead, turn around, look behind you to see the extra life 1-up. Grab that, and now just go and interact with the automap. It's just a good habit to not get something directly in front of you until you're completely ready to leave. With the automap done, press the button and take the elevator ride, which lasts a fair bit of time.
The demons only utilize a portion of the resources that come from the human soul. Sentinel priests who discovered and unlocked the true power of the essence. They combine Sentinel and Hell energies together, refined and created Archvile. With it they did wondrous things, saved worlds from extinction.
Upon reaching the top of the elevator, what you want to do is walk forward and take a look to your left. You'll notice that there's a gate opening up and down. We'll have to double jump and dash into this area in order to find a secret Praetor Suit token. Again, we have like 7 extra now or something like that, even though we have all of the abilities. So don't know what those are for, but I'm going to show you them no matter what. Then we're ready to jump to the next room as the door opens and find the Codex page directly in front of us. Then use the climbable wall to get to the next ledge, and there will be a man cannon in front of us. 2 things in this little tube. At the very, very, very top of the tube is an extra life 1-up. I'm going to grab it real quick here, but there's also a breakable wall halfway through this tube. I'm going to make sure to grab that before I leave. So I'm going to jump to the ledge, turn around, and see the extra life 1-up, grab it. And then I'm going to get back down to the bottom and locate the breakable wall. I'm going to jump into it in order to unveil a secret area with a toy inside. I am now ready to leave this little tube by going up to the top and then jumping across the gap, picking up any ammo, armor, and health along the way.
This machine is not made without Hell's knowledge. The deal is struck with the dark.
As you enter this room, go around to the opposite side of the elevator in the middle in order to find another Praetor Suit point that hopefully we can use in the DLC. And at this point, you're ready to take the elevator in the middle. Once you reach the top, you'll be able to smash through a wall. There are a ton of enemies in a very close combat area here. Feel free to take them out, do whatever you want. I just kind of took out a couple of them that were in the way and then just completely ignored the rest. You don't actually need to defeat all these enemies, and I don't know what their purpose really serves. So jump back out of the gate and then use the swing bars and the climbable walls to make your way to the top. On this last jump here, I made a little bit of a mistake. You want to climb all the way to the top and then wait for the open and closed door to jump to the ledge. I jumped too early and kind of got stuck in the ledge and still made my way to the top, but it wasn't very clean. Once you reach the top, these eyes will open up in the top center of the ring, and you'll want to take them out. The ballista does pretty quick work here. You just have to locate what eyes open up. I think this is random every time, as I personally couldn't find a pattern, but I might be completely wrong. There will also be some enemies that are spawning as this is happening, so make sure you take them out as to not lose your life. But once you take out both of the eyes, the door to leave the area will open up. As you're leaving the area towards the mission objective, there will be very obvious crucible ammo directly in front of you. You want to grab it if your crucible isn't full. I don't really use the crucible very much, but it is an extremely powerful weapon that I'd probably recommend you personally get used to using. Don't make bad habits like me. Now we're going to enter the last area, and there will be a huge battle. The first and most important thing you want to focus on is the Tyrant enemy that spawns in the middle. We have to perform a glory kill from the back on this enemy type in order to get our mission challenge. This is our only chance, and if we fail, reload the checkpoint. Personally, I picked up the BFG ammo near the middle, froze the enemy, and then used the Unmaker shot by shot until he was in the glory state, then finally taking him out. I found this to be the easiest and fastest method by far. At this point, you're ready to take out all of the enemies, but do not complete the level until you pick up the collectibles I show at the end. With all of the enemies taken care of, there will be some green rings that spawn in the middle. I accidentally activated them because I was standing on them as they spawned. Once you activate the rings in the middle, 2 chains from the side on the left and right will open up. You can go up to these chains and melee them. After meleeing both of them, you'll open the portal to exit the level. Before exiting the level, we will grab 2 more collectibles, so make sure you do that, and then we are ready to exit. I always recommend that you go to your map and verify that you have all the collectibles in the bottom right corner before finishing the mission anyways. You should also have unlocked fast travel if you need to go back to a certain area where for some reason you didn't follow the video accurately. Now that we have the fast travel unlocked, go back to the beginning of the area in the door that we came from. In this hallway, turn around, and as we drop down, you'll have to dash into a small hole to get underneath that. Here we'll find a cheat code. Additionally, we'll find another useless Praetor Suit point, so pick this up as well. Now and only now are you ready to finish the mission, and you might want to verify in the bottom right hand corner of the map that you have everything at 100%. Just double jump out and then dash into the big light in order to finish the mission. We'll get our stats for 100% combat, 100% mission challenges, and 100% exploration. There are only 2 missions left in the game, and I will have videos for both of those where I hope to see you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like. Special thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Shout out to 00, and I'll see you soon. Peace.